I'm so high. All I do is lay low. Only time I talk is when I'm talking about the payroll. Mama's make 'em, mama's make 'em. When I come back, they go like me for what I Mama's make 'em, mama's make 'em. My name na Manga, na one for make 'em, one for make 'em, one for make 'em. My name na Manga, beg no forget 'em. Mama's make 'em, mama's make 'em. My name na Manga, na get.
Start your day, then tuning in to the best source of inspiration. First things first, our thought of the day. Contentment in life begins with having a grateful heart. Thank you for joining us today. Let's have a break. When we come back, we're going to have something new. Stay with us.
Quando Alphabet Records.
Back to Good Morning K-Town, your breakfast show on KCBS TV. With me in the studio is Eswa Julius, and as always, he has something new to teach us this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
How are you doing? Alright, it took you some time. Glad to know that you're okay. So, yesterday, I haven't still gotten over what I learned yesterday about cars and the origin of cars, especially as you know, we talked about the Range Rovers. You know, I'm obsessed with the Range Rover because that's my dream car, metallic black Range Rover.
Maybe you tell your husband to get one for you.
Yeah, he I'm sure that's already in his list.
Oh, you're lucky.
Thank you. All right, so what do we have today?
Have you ever been around an airport?
Of course.
Okay. And have you ever been searched?
Many times.
Okay. Sometimes you go through a scanning machine.
Yes, I have gone through that.
You have all sort of machines to detect cocaine, cannabis, what have you, and okay. But do you know dogs are more effective than machines?
Okay.
Okay. So today I'll tell you why they use dogs.
All right.
Dogs have been discovered to detect odor, which means a dog detects if you have a strange an addition to your natural odor.
Oh, okay.
So which means even you put a new perfume, the dog will detect you. Because dogs have what they have 3 million olfactory receptors in their nose.
Okay.
Which means a dog can, even if you wrap a chemical in foil paper or in wrap on, a dog will detect it.
Okay.
That's why dogs are used in airports to track cocaine, illegal goods. A dog can perceive a smell 20 kilometers away.
Wow.
You are in perspective, that is the distance between Kumba and Banga.
Really?
Yeah. A dog can perceive a smell at that length. So dogs are used, and these dogs, when they are searching for an item, they don't bark. They're just silent.
Yeah, they have to focus.
They focus, and when they are going, their trainers just follow them. And when they stand somewhere, it means they've sent something.
Yeah.
Then they search the area.
Okay, that's great.
Now, dogs now they're also being used now to unite people with their lost cargo in the airport. Which means if you lose a handbag, the dog will pick the handbag and look for the person who has that handbag with the smell and drop it on your legs. They are now trained that way. So because as you hold your bag, whatever, your smell will remain on that bag. And the dog will pick that bag and go to all the people in the airport and take that here owner of the bag.
I see.
So you can see how effective they are.
So how do they communicate to the dog that like we need to find the person who has his handbag?
The dogs have been trained. They know that when they give them a bag, they're still with the person. That's why they're looking for cocaine. they give the sniff the cocaine and look for people who have this thing on them.
I
So
see.
just go about hunting for cocaine bags. That's why when you go to the airport, you have this how do you call it? This conveyor belts that carry luggages.
Okay, yeah.
That carries
Let go.
your luggage from the plane. The dogs come and just stand as the bags are going
Going
around.
round.
Any bag which has cocaine, they will just sniff it because it's been trained to sniff it. That's what they just. And when it goes to a bag, they track the bag and start identifying who has that bag. That's why they go and wait for you when you pick the bag. They come and ask you down to search the bag.
Wow.
Then you just leave your handbag. The dog will pick the handbag and go and look for even the phone to come and drop it by you.
Wow, that's
So
bad.
dogs have become now more effective than even machines. And now they train dogs now just for that. They actually have them from puppy stage and train them just to be used as detectors at airports.
Wow, that's good. Dogs are doing so much elsewhere, but here,
You
lot
think of pepper soup.
pepper soup. Pepper
Yeah,
soup
and
dog.
dogs, African thing, dogs are good for the pot, which is actually
Oh my
unfortunate
God.
that we are so limited in a perspective of life.
Thank you so much. That's very interesting. I have never really encountered a dog at the airport, but I've watched films and
They are there.
crime movies
They are there.
and on all that.
They stand at certain corners, and as you are passing, they are picking your order.
Okay,
If they sense anything strange, they start coming towards you.
all right. Maybe because I've never had
Even
any
if
strange
they are pulling
things
your
on
back.
there, right?
They are there.
Okay.
Sometimes this police agents airport, you just stand with dogs as if they are just standing. The dogs are picking orders that you are passing.
Wow,
They are passing, they are picking the order.
that's very good.
But before you come there for really training, they take all the chemicals that they want to try, that cocaine, whatever they want to, marijuana, things that they want the dogs to detect, and the dogs have it in front of them, and
Okay.
they smell them, and they just stand. If you have them in your bag, they will go to the other bag. So that's why sometimes you go to the airport, say gentleman moving, say please can I see your bag, sir? The dog has told that bag is suspicious.
And
And
you just-
90% of the time there is
They are
something
correct. Wow,
there. Above 90% of the time the dogs are precise.
wow, that's good.
So when next you see a dog at the airport, don't think it's a pet. That dog is there for a
So
a
wow,
purpose.
this man loves his dog
Yeah,
so
you see
much,
that.
and he even brings him to the airport.
And they
Wow.
are at all corners.
Wow.
Even at the toilet, sometimes people go and try to throw cocaine in the airport, they think the dog will pick.
Yeah, picked up.
Yeah, they are everywhere.
Wow.
Even outside at the taxi lobby, they're just. You might think the people are just there with their dogs, but they are there for a purpose.
That's good. All right, thank you so much. We've had a good learning this morning, and tomorrow is another day. Hopefully, as the day, we are always excited to have you. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, that's it. Let's have a break. When we come back, we're going to welcome our first guest in the studio. So stay with us.
Stomp your feet, tick to the beat. Oh yeah. Move up and zula.
Go get a stumble now.
Your slow whining last night makes me dreaming about you my whole night. Girl, I'm falling for you. I just wanna sing along with you, girl. Tu sais que tu es mon baby. I just wanna dance along with you. Baby, come on, make we swing along. Tu sais que tu es mon baby, you. Baby, sing along with me, baby. I just wanna sing along with you, baby, baby. NG, family, NG, NG, international, NG.
Welcome back. This is Good Morning K-Town. Our next guest is a comedian. He's Kemleke Eugene, aka Bobby Rowe. Hello, Bobby Rowe.
Hello, madam.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, cool.
All right. So, welcome to Good Morning K-Town. I know you've watched us for a very long time, and we're so happy that you made our time to come and talk to us here this morning.
Yeah.
All right. So, tell us about your name first of all, Bobby Rowe. Like, I'm wondering, like, it doesn't even relate to your name. You're Kemleke Eugene, and then you have Bobby Rowe. So, where did Bobby Rowe come from?
It was one father. He was traveling.
Okay.
So when they said they should read the name of the Bodero,
Oh, okay.
people their name are in the Bodero.
Okay.
So that father, they called his name. He was very excited.
Ah.
When he got home, he was trying to explain to his children that my name was on the Bodero.
Okay.
So he said my name was on Bobiro.
Ah.
So the story was very funny. As I was explaining it to my friend, he decided to call me Bobiro.
Oh, okay.
So I just love the name. So I pick the name and I do my comedy with the name.
Ah, so that's good. That's great. That's great. Bobby Rowe, from Body Rowe to Bobby Rowe, and now you're called Bobby Rowe. All right, that's great. So tell us about your journey in comedy. So how did you end up as a comedian?
I think that comedy stuff is in the blood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because my mother also.
Your mother was a comedian.
My mother is a comedian.
Oh
So
my God.
I think I inherited it from my mother.
Okay.
From my mother, yeah.
So you had a wonderful time laughing when you were growing up.
Yeah.
Did you ever take your mother seriously? Because when your mom is a comedian,
Yeah.
when your mother tells you go and watch the place, you feel like she's joking, right?
Yeah, at time when she's talking to you, it's as if she's doing comedy. So
Wow.
when you see the facial
Expression.
you know that she's
oh, this is not comedy.
yeah,
It
this
is
no more
serious
comedy.
business.
This is all business.
Wow, that's great. All right.
Yeah.
So, when exactly did you really start doing comedy? You know, your mother was from birth. You said, but at what point did you really start doing comedy?
Yeah, I started it 2014
Okay.
in Libreville, Gabon.
Oh, it wasn't even here in Cameroon.
No.
Ah, all right. Tell me about it. I'd like to hear.
Yeah. So it happens that back then in Libreville, this 20 May stuff, the ambassador will invite Cameroonian artists to come and perform. So since as my aunt was regional, when they say regional, she represents the whole Southwest. If you have a problem as a Southwesterner, you pass through the regional fair before you go to the embassy.
Okay.
So she told me about the 20 May stuff. I said, I want to register. Since I love seeing people laughing.
Okay, so you said that they celebrate 20th May Day in Gabon.
Yeah.
Cameroonians.
Yeah, Cameroonians.
Oh, Cameroonians
When
celebrate.
20 May, we celebrate the 19.
Oh, okay.
Not that particular day.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So I
great.
told her I will register. I got there. I met a lot of people. There was one guy also who really encouraged me to join this stand-up comedy stuff.
Okay.
He's by name Obejin de Métis.
All right.
He's a francophone.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So where do you make people laugh right now? Do you said stand-up comedy? Do you do just stand-up?
Actually, I do short plays also, not
Okay.
just stand-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like short films, short comedy films.
Short comedy films.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do stand-up occasionally. When there's an occasion, I will do stand-up comedy. When there's no occasion, I think when I'm relaxed and I have some stuff in my head,
You write them down.
I'll call a cameraman to do something for me.
Do you just say it yourself or you act it out
No,
with others?
actually out with others.
With others. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. All right. So when you do like stand-up, right? Are you almost like satisfied with the goods, right? So because sometimes as a comedian, you go somewhere and you kill yourself. You know you have done everything you could do, but people are sitting there, and no one is even like laughing. So have you ever had such a situation, and how did you handle it?
No, as as an artist, you face challenges. Yeah. So when it happens like that, you know that no, the atmosphere was not that way good for you.
You accept it as a day that didn't go well.
Voila.
All right. So when you're going on stage, right, do you write your jokes down and say, or plan? Do you have a plan and say, okay, these are the jokes I'm going to tell today, or do you just go on stage and anything that comes into your mind and you say it?
Most of the time, when I go to the event ground, I study the environment.
Okay.
And I know what to tell them.
Okay. So you don't prepare anything at home?
No.
Really?
Don't prepare.
Wow, that's good. Your mind is really, you have a very active and very creative mind. Yeah, to be able to do that. Yeah. All right. So do you make a living out of comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can say for now.
Okay.
For now, we are still trying to see if, because here in Cameroon, comedy is something that is just coming up now.
Okay.
Because at first people put their mind only on musicians, they don't care about comedians.
Even musicians too, they have their own issues.
It is our country. So we take it the way we.
Okay. Yeah. So what else do you do besides comedy?
Besides comedy, I'm a carpenter.
Oh, you're a carpenter?
Yeah, I do modern furniture.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. I also do roofing.
That's good. That's a very interesting job.
Yeah.
You must have a lot of strength to be, because you hit things all the time and all that, and then to combine it. How has it helped you in your comedy? You know, sometimes your job really help you to give you inspiration.
Yeah. It helps me a lot because when I do my shooting, I believe the money is coming from the carpentry section.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right. So how far do you intend to take your career as a comedian? Where do you see yourself? Is it 5 years from now? Bobby Rowe, where will Bobby Rowe be? Where do you see yourself? 5 years?
I believe God will take me through, because I'm seeing myself in 5 years to come. Mr. Julio or anybody from the studio will call me, Bobby Rowe, you have a program. I'll say, sorry, I'm inside the plane going to Paris.
Bobby Rowe, is this how it's going to be? Okay, that's good. As long as, we are going to be happy for you, as long as you are not just turning us down and telling us that your level is no more the KCBS level, but you're going somewhere that when you come back, you come and tell us all about it, right? Yeah. So no, I like that. That's good. So no, that's a very good vision. You know, it's important to see yourself somewhere, and they say if you can think it, you can do it. Just the fact that you have that in mind, and I just want to encourage you to move forward. It doesn't matter how the country look like, you know, but if you think about it and you work towards it, you're going to. So what do you do to better your skills as a comedian? You know, you have to, there's hard work, you have to be working. How do you better your skills as a comedian?
Yeah. When I watch other comedians like Obi the comedian.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to correct my mistake from there.
Yeah, you like watching yourself back.
Yeah, Obi the comedian is a big comedian.
Okay.
So when I watch him, I will see his skills. I will try to practice it.
Wow.
And see if I can become like Obi the comedian.
And when you sit at home and if jokes just pop in your head, do you quickly write them down, or how do you retain them?
Yeah, write them down.
Okay.
I do write them down.
Wow, that's good. All right. So as a comedian, we cannot let you go without telling us a joke. So I want to laugh this morning. Say laughter is the best medicine, right? So tell us one joke that will make us laugh this morning.
Okay. I will go. You say we comedian in this one. The people they laugh. It be like say me the thing just the come out. Yeah.
Yes.
So I will get my brother away. Be say see this cassette.
Okay.
Time I no get work. He tell me say come. But if I can't dey from my marketplace, I run go the place before I come back.
Okay.
So I don't can say that cassette. 500 cassette. Some woman the pass come see cassette like him. Now this cartoon is thing.
Yeah.
See my buy the one from my picking, then I take and I give you. That woman reach house. He call he picking. When I can't watch when a new cassette run by him, picking then enter for parlor. As he slot the cassette inside DVD, a cassette now never been a cartoon. But for the cover, na cartoon, I don't know how my brother do before it mix up. Inside the cassette na pornography film they go on. When he must have been there for Palo, he don't be 6 months, they don't have to pay. He be upset. Aye, and that he must have been a military man.
Trouble.
As he must have seen a pornography film, he drive picking them. He said he concentrate. He wash out. I want to see for market now. The bend down the carry cassette. When I buy one cassette, I see man tap me with pistolet. Now you say the cassette for my woman. I look at say chef. Now me I tell him what happen. Say I want part 2 for the film.
So now so you say you know baby no say na porn day for this. So I go find part 2. You don't go trouble.
Find part 2 for
Well, Bobiro, thank you very much. That was really interesting, and I wish we had much time to. You know, everybody says story sweet, story long time short.
Time short.
Yes. So, but no worry. Next time we'll come here and tell us jokes. You're not saying anything, just to make us laugh for about 10 to 15 minutes.
No problem.
Hope you prepare yourself very well.
Yeah, I will do
all
that.
right. Thank you so much, Bobiro. It was nice having you here, and good morning, K-Town. I wish you all the best in your acting, your career as a stand-up comedian, and also in your job as a carpenter, profession as a carpenter.
Yeah, I forgot one thing.
Okay.
I'm trying to adapt myself also in MC work.
Oh, MC. Okay.
I found out that most MC are comedians.
Yes.
Because you cannot do MC work without doing comedy.
Okay.
So I have my mentor who is trying to pull me up.
Okay.
Yeah, MC Fat Boy.
All right, that's
I
good.
love the guy very well.
Okay, that's good.
He's pulling
Thank
me
you
up
so much. I wish you all the best also. I hope you're a good student and very soon you'll be doing big events in town.
No, my dream is to even pass the level of that MC Fat Boy.
That's good, eh?
When you are teaching
You're very
child,
ambitious.
Yeah, when you are teaching the child, you want the child to be better than you.
Asa. Oh, you owe you one man. You are very ambitious. That's good.
All right. After this thing, you go.
Can be a typical Cameroonian. All right. Thank you so much, Bobiro. It was really nice chatting with you.
Thank you too.
Yes. All right. That's it. We've heard it all from Bobiro, and more importantly, he made us laugh this morning. Laughter, they say, is the best medicine. All right. Let's have a break. When we come back, we're going to welcome our next guest. You stay with us. For sponsorship and publicity, KCBS TV can be reached on +237 677 175987 +237 675 794636. Email info@kcbstv.net.
But I told them I was not responsible for the pregnancy, and they left peacefully, officer. So I don't see any problem. I don't see any problem with that.
Oh no! Hold it!
Tell your father that there will be no peace in this house until he gets that son he is looking for with wives. Let them come. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I like it or not.
If you joke,
Mom, please, just stop it. Please stop it.
I am not your mother.
Mom, please just tell me you are lying. Please.
Yeah, man. Yeah, me come with me love from my hometown. Yeah, Rastafari, never leave my paper for sure. This is boy at me hometown. We just want to show some love. Some love. Hello, oh yeah. My most precious thing. My love for you is everlasting. Never will it end. It's deep like Atlantic Ocean. It's standing tall like Falcon Mountain. It's flowing like River Mungo. And it's solid as mother rock. Hello, oh yeah. My most precious thing. My love for you is everlasting. Never will it end. We are each other's destiny. Nothing will keep us apart. You can always count on me until my well runs dry. Hello, oh yeah. My most precious thing. My love for you is everlasting. Never will it end. We are each other's destiny. Nothing will keep us apart. You can always count on me until my well runs dry. Hello, oh yeah. My most precious thing. My love for you is everlasting. Never will it end. Hello, oh yeah. Hello, hello. My most precious thing. My love for you is everlasting. Never will it end. Hello, oh yeah. Hello, hello. My most precious thing. My love for you is everlasting. Never will it end.
Welcome back. This is Good Morning K-Town, your breakfast show on KCBS TV. Our next guest is the president of Kamasesh Meme. He is Jude Njinju. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Christine.
How are you doing?
Good morning, viewers of KCBS television.
All right. So thank you for joining us here this morning on the couch. I know you're a regular face here on Good Morning K-Town, but you've just been here a couple of times, but you've always been on early captions, so I know you're very comfortable.
Yeah, of course, very comfortable. I'm at home.
All right, that's good. So yesterday We celebrated the World Press Freedom Day under the theme Information as a Public Good. For our viewers who might not really understand what the World Press Freedom Day means, what is it all about?
Normally, as the name sound, World Press Freedom Day, it is an international day.
Okay.
Set up by the United Nations.
Okay.
That is what we call UNESCO. And of course, it is a day particularly for media practitioners, for journalists across the world, to reflect on their activities, evaluate their performance, and of course also for governments to assess the level of freedom of the press. And of course it is a day where each government is pushed to the wall to evaluate, because the access of freedom of the press is a very important concept, and is of course one of the human rights aspects in most countries. So the UNESCO is trying to see that government try to respect their own commitment to ensure that press have access, journalists have access to information. Okay. Because of course from the team you understand that information as a public good. If it is a public good, it means people must have access to it. Journalists must have access to it in order to disseminate it to the public for consumption. Definitely. But a situation where information is hidden, is blocked, we have difficulties accessing information, especially from government officials, security sources, it becomes difficult for the journalists to get enough material to process for public consumption. So I think it is a day for the state, first of all, to reflect on how free is the free press, and for the press too to reflect on how they go about their activities, especially on the ethics.
What about other stakeholders in community? Because recently we heard a very ridiculous story about the arrest of a journalist by council workers.
Yeah, of course, that incident happened when we had a semi-Kamasesh meeting in Limbe, and we got the call, and the chapter president the Eugene had to react immediately. Normally, there are some people in the society who are overzealous. We had the case here in Kumba when the city council used to function with that municipal police. Municipal police, we were there when they were installed, and most of us know their terms of reference. That is their job description. But you discover that municipal police were like robots, where they act before they even think. In most cities and towns where there are municipal police, you discover that they are more of forces of lawlessness and disorder than even creating law, because they act. I witnessed one instance around Premier Pharmacy where they dealt with a bike rider just because he mistakenly parked his bike beside them. He was beaten severely. The bike seized to the city council. And it is the same situation, same as if the syndrome of municipal police, it is the same everywhere. Because the way that guy was treated in Yaoundé, it is a cause for concern. Of course, it is his right. Being a cameraman, you have camera, you have the right to access information. Of course, there are some areas where you need permission to take pictures and the rest, especially security areas and the courts. But in public places, the journalists have all the powers, all the rights, all the authority to take pictures. And come to think of it, that he was not even brutalized by official policemen, but municipal police, council workers. It is a taboo. It is a slap to this journalism profession, and I think it is not something we will take it.
Okay. So maybe we have all this confusion because people are really unaware or a little bit confused about what a journalist is. So probably help us make that definition.
Of course, the communication law, the definition they give to a journalist is so hanging at the level of our local context, our context, the Cameroon context, where a journalist is someone who gathers and disseminates information. And it is a vague definition. That's why we have a lot of problems to really draw the curtain between who is a journalist and who is not a journalist, because if you give room for somebody with, maybe, let me first of all, it is a profession that requires professional training, especially formal training.
Okay.
And if you give room for people to get into it without acquiring that formal training, it becomes a problem.
Okay.
Like for instance, somebody may be working at KCBS maybe as a cleaner. After 5 years learning maybe camera and the rest, the person is qualified to be called a journalist. That is our law.
Okay.
So it becomes difficult for us to really decide or to differentiate who is a journalist, because today you see somebody moving with a normal handset phone, doing videos and disseminating to the public, and even disseminating to social media. The person calls his or herself a journalist. It is a problem. But the true definition of a journalist is somebody who gathers, process, then disseminates. The main concept in journalism is process.
Okay.
If you can't process information,
okay,
then know that you are lacking in that field of journalism. Because somebody who gathers information, for instance, videos, you use your phone, you do video, and you send directly for broadcast, maybe in pidgin English or and the rest. If you send directly to broadcast without you doing editing, without you cross-checking and like see what to do, it means there is a problem. You can't call yourself a journalist. A journalist, the main character of journalist is your ability to process, because if you don't process, you can create problems with what you send out.
Yeah.
So, like for instance, we have a program here. This is a program for maybe 1 hour. We may stay here for even 10 hours. It is because the program has been shaped for 1 hour. If you have even ideas or materials to discuss for 10 hours, you must see how to
compress it
to 1 hour. So that is the concept of procession.
Okay.
Like newspapers, I always say newspapers have 12 pages. It's not because their material is limited to 12 pages. It's because their material, they must limit it to that. You must be that gatekeeper. So long as you are not a gatekeeper, as a journalist, you are not a gatekeeper who can decipher that this one is good for the public, this one is not good at this moment, and the rest, it means you are not a journalist.
Okay.
That is the truth.
Oh, that's good. So yesterday, we had 3 powerful paper presentations from journalists as well as other people within community and the society. So what guided your choices of paper presenters?
Normally, the choice was guided first of all by our local, to suit our local reality.
Okay.
The presentation from the boss of KCBS Television, like the pen is mightier than the sword. Of course, it fits into our daily reality. It goes to pass a message across to those who think that they can bring down a journalist because they have money, they can maltreat the journalist, they can use force and everything. That topic puts some knowledge into their head that they should know that the single pen,
even though small,
yes, is so powerful than the guns they are holding, than the military vehicles and the rest. The simple pen can raise you up as well as can bring you down to the floor. Then again, we had another presentation from Reverend Gomo Jibo, Reverend Gomo Jibo of PCC. It was more about the concept of gombo. And because some of us don't really decipher between a per diem, what they call brown envelope, stipend, Paola, I may call all the other names.
Paola, that's a new one for me.
So people can't decipher between that and normal motivation. Gombo is a concept which is wrongly applied. For instance, reporters' benefit is different from gombo. Gombo is something which causes you to change your mind. It directs your thinking. And it is different from the normal reporter's benefits that you go out to a public event and they say this is your transport. It is different from gombo. Gombo will either tell you that this story, they will, before giving you gombo, they either call you behind that it's good for us to discuss. I'm pleading that because of this, use your human
twist
touch,
this too,
use your conscience and the rest. So when people start explaining like that, you know that it is gombo because they want to convince your conscience. So that gombo aspect, and again, we discovered that some people, some media practitioners here in Kumba, they become so wild and become so aggressive when it comes to that little per diem they receive on the fee or gombo. They become so aggressive such that if it is not there, you openly tell somebody, I'll kill the story, I'll this, I'll that, because you're expecting something and it didn't come. I think all of us work in media houses. If you go out, we see, we take. If you don't see, go do your job. And I'll always advise that the gombo or the stipend or the reporter's benefit will never take you anywhere.
Yeah.
If you do your work well, people will always appreciate you, and they will appreciate you well. They will not appreciate you with 10,000s or 5,000s. If you do your work well, people will call you. And you even have personal problems, people will intervene. That is the spirit in journalism, because journalism, they call it it is a noble profession. All noble professions are not money-making professions. You don't have money, they are only noble. Teachers, you are noble, but politicians are then making the money. They call you Fourth Estate and you boast. But there's no money. Fourth Estate, you trek every day. A politician would drop out from class 7, is then driving on cars and giving you 10,000 and you say, thank you, sir.
But you know that
they call you Fourth Estate.
But you know, in Cameroon, it's only in Cameroon here, because members of the Fourth Estate in other countries, they have better stories to tell.
It is the system that has been maybe set up by the state. It is deliberate, because I used to ask myself, where in Africa or where in the world you have a small country of 25 million with more than 600 newspapers, more than 1,000 radio stations? What are they doing? You see, newspapers, people operate newspapers in briefcases. The government is serious. You should limit it so that people don't operate newspapers without first of all paying their workers, without first of all having a serious bank account and a befitting structures run as a company. Not that you need authorization. I just need to go meet the SDO and the next day I call myself a publisher. Call myself a publisher without even a small room where you keep your desktop to process your information. It is a problem. And that's why you see this cacophony in the practice. This one is saying this one this. They give 20,000 francs. They don't even have bargaining power in terms of even advert. They give advert for 100,000. You begging to do it for 30,000. So we keep on running behind politicians, begging for peanuts, doing motions of support. It is a problem.
It is sad. It is sad. So tell us about trade unions that protect the rights of journalists in Cameroon, and how effective.
In Cameroon, there is the journalists trade union. I don't know what they call it, SNJ, something like that. But if a trade union functions in such a way where everybody is not part or is not obliged to be part of it, you'll never be a strong trade union. I expect a trade union where all journalists, Kamasesh, is supposed to be part of the Cameroon Journalists Trade Union.
Okay.
It's supposed to be part of it. And if it is not so, it will become difficult for the journalists to even bargain. The main enemy is not even the government. It is amongst ourselves, especially houses, owners of media houses. Because you recruit somebody, I don't even know terms of recruitment. You recruit a worker. I have my correspondent here in Kumba. I have one in Boya. I have this. They live, they work. You expect them to be sending you reports maybe twice a week, once a week, bi-monthly, and the rest. At the end of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, nothing. You will live on the assumption that he is receiving stipend from the fee. It is a wrong mentality. It is a wrong mentality. So if bosses can't change from that poor attitude, it is a problem. It is a problem. So we must start from ourselves. If somebody leaves his house every day, come to KCBS, put in his or our best, at the end of the month, the station manager said, Master, the director, you see, the day I sent you out there last week, you got 10,000 francs. At least if you add
that's your monthly.
That is your monthly salary. It becomes a problem. And we are saying that we need to be serious, because setting up a media house, be it radio, be it television, be it newspaper, be it magazine, you must be able to show proof of certain capital which is allocated in the bank. You see that you can even pay salaries, because normally the start is always difficult. So you must block some amount where you can run salary saving for 1 year before the house is firm to be generating its own income, internal revenue. If not, the idea of Gombo really will never stop.
All right, that's good. So yesterday you did a fundraiser for a particular project that you want to start up for Kamasech Meme. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, when we took over office, we discovered that the idea of appeal letter, sending appeal letters to politicians, sending to administrators, sending to local authorities, it became so downgrading. At the end of the day, I asked myself, how many appeal letters will I send within a year?
Yeah.
So you have even a birthday, you send appeal letter. You have small meeting, executive meeting, you send appeal letter. General Assembly, you send appeal. It becomes boring. Even brings you down to the lowest level. So I am not into this aspect of empowering ourselves. We must not only empower ourselves ethically, professionally. I think a hungry man is an angry man. So there's no way you empower yourself professionally with empty stomach. So we are saying that for the association to survive, we had to think out of the box. By saying that, why not run a small business center? Why not run something which can generate you something, no matter how small it is? Every day you can realize even 2,000 francs at the end of the year is much money. You can run your meetings freely, you can do your little projects freely without calling on members every day for contributions and the rest. So that is the idea behind it. And without running behind politicians who usually insult you before giving you peanuts for assistance. So we are saying that with that the concept, it is better, it is a project. The widows might, no matter what they give or they give in, it will still go a long way to do something. And I'm telling you, I'm convinced that the project will be a success. It will be a success because we are determined to change the paradigm. We are moving from the cap in hand idea to an autonomous and independent body. Because I used to explain the concept of appeal letters. Sending out appeal letters, only follow up of appeal letters is even more costly than what you receive at the end of the day. You need to type documents, you need to send somebody one job, you need to start calling. And sometimes it says, send you my appeal. You see it. At times you go to the secretary, say, my secretary are not giving me. You meet the secretary, where is that letter? I kept it somewhere, and the rest. It becomes very boring.
And embarrassing too as well, sometimes.
Yes, every day they see you marching there like a retired citizen worker working for pension. So it is a problem. So to save ourselves from that humiliation, it's better for us to create something. And I know together we must create it. Because if you look at it, people admire journalists. You just go compare union of truck pushers. Compare their union here in Kumba. It is so solid. Go to taxi drivers. Go to buy and sell them. You just move, blow grammar, the journalists, they see you, they respect you, you speak, people come and gather there with empty pocket. Association, people are not even strong. They are just there, they call them a meeting, you don't come. When I go there, what will I benefit? But your own small quarter meetings, you participate there very well. You don't even attend, they give you fine, you pay. And journalists, you don't go, they find me, they give me job. So, it is an idea which we must move from it in order to move ahead. We must change that bad idea in order to move ahead. If not so, we'll continue to be dancing in the same Bafia dance before for back every day.
Okay, so yesterday you said something in your speech, and I just wanted to reiterate. You said that if any person is has an appeal letter, for instance, that if anybody receives an appeal letter in their office from Kamasech, what should happen?
Yes, I made it clear until the speech is still there. It still stated that I believe it is even bold that henceforth, if any administrator, politician, or one not receives any appeal letter or address letter of appeal signed by my humble self and the secretary and others from this executive, the person should call the security immediately because those people are scammers. They will not be coming from us. We are far gone that level. We may write invitation, we may invite them to come and partake in maybe our celebrations, in maybe our seminars and the rest, not letter of appeal in bold. We are out of letter of appeal. Letter of appeal, so far as I'm concerned, it is history.
All right, that's good. So what is the timeline for this project?
Of course, my intention is that in 2-3 months time the secretariat should go functional.
Okay, that's good.
I have made negotiations with some partners and the rest. I believe, God willing, they will be coming in very time soon. Even the national executive of Kamasesh will be part of the program. So I think in no distant time the magic will be done.
That's good. So we hope that when that is done, you also come here and tell us about it, and then you share the services that you'll be offering so that people can also patronize.
Of course. As I said, we pull crowd, but we don't know. People tend to follow us. You go sit at, I don't want to publicize, at business spots and the rest, bars. People come, where are you? Politicians come, they give you drinks. Henceforth, they will be offering us drinks at our secretariat.
Yeah, you know,
they will come there and give us the drinks. The money will circulate among us, and we'll also grow from there. That's my idea.
It could also serve as a workspace, a shared workspace.
Yes, of course. Those are other advantages for the journalists themselves. You come there, relax, you browse your internet, you chill around yourself, you reflect, and the rest. So it is a whole office for the journalists.
Okay, that's good.
For everybody, all journalists.
Well, that's good. I truly like that initiative so much. So let me take you back 5 years ago. 5 years ago, you ran for the same position but lost. And looking back now, you know, do you think that you have had like all these ideas, you know, that you have now? And how has this year shaped your thinking and all the ideas that you now have as president?
Yeah, normally 2015 to 2021 is a very long period. A period where if in 2015 I was in class maybe from 1, 2021 will have
been from 5 O levels.
6 and the rest. So I think what had transpired from 2015 to now has given me a lot in terms of exposure, in terms of knowledge, in terms of ideas.
Okay.
Presently, I am into local government administration, my final year master's level.
Wow.
My exposure is wide. After 2015, before 2015, I was a simple crop reporter, covering news for media houses, for Eden, for this and the rest. But after 2015, I moved to the rank of a station manager, managing a community radio owned by the council. From there, I have attended a lot of seminars in and out of Cameroon. I think I have a great wealth of experience, which I think it is just a matter of application. And again, in 2015, I think the elections we had, I must say it was because we still had narrow brains and the rest. So I accepted. We had our own 1 or 2 difference, which made some of us to stay behind to observe for some time what will happen. But behold, we discovered that we can't allow the situation to crumble. That's why we had to come back. We said no, we must change things because it's not about running. If all of us escape,
bringing change.
So that's why we discovered that at the end of the day, during the election was one of the most easygoing elections without any stress. In 2015, there was a lot of tension. People almost exchanged boxes and the rest. But this year, the transition was so smooth. So if you see people, I don't even know why. That's why I always laugh, because some people agitating, grumbling behind, they see you, they pretend, they go behind right on social media. I don't depend on social media write-ups. I believe in myself, I believe in the team I'm working with. It's either you join the winning team or you keep on grumbling and grumbling, because I am convicted with what is in my mind. and I know that I am always positive in my thoughts. I will make something different. I will not do miracle or magic, but I think from the way I got the Kamasefa, when we met it, we're going to carry it to another level.
That's good.
And a higher level for the matter.
So are you happy that you didn't win the last time?
I must say it is all the work of God, because the tension, we spend monies, campaign, these things never worked. But I want to say that God plays the magic one, because if I had wondered, I think after that, a very short while, we discovered that the Anglophone crisis started.
Right?
That I think it worked negatively too for the former executive. And after the crisis, the COVID too
came
in and the rest. So we are coming in at a time where there's a little degree of stability, where Kumba is at least regaining its status. So I think it's all the work of God. So and again, we are coming back with another dimension. By then, KCBS television was not even operational. Blossom was not there. Catholic radio was not there, and the rest, and another radio station in town. So we are coming in a broad with all the momentum to gather everybody as one, because the speed of the train will not allow any blockage. We get our way by all costs. So it should not be as if I am like threatening some people and the rest. It's either you join the winning team or you grumble and stay. For administrators, it's not because I'm snobbish. I'm not snobbing anybody. Apart from being a media practitioner, a master's degree final year student, I'm equally a category 10 council worker. So meaning we can go to the level of financing the association without any appeal from our pocket.
Okay, that's good. All right. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you and learning all about your projects. And we are really behind this project because we need change. We need new ideas, and we are supporting you because of the good ideas that you're bringing up. So thank you so much.
Wow. Viewers of KCBS television, it was a wonderful opportunity. The cool weather. We are happy that you were there yesterday. Those who supported the vision, I'm still receiving calls that though we're not there, we will be you in spirit. We'll send our contributions and the rest. I think before the day of our first evaluation, most of the people who gave them invitation must have responded positively. So it is a dream being sponsored by some heavyweights, I must confess. It's not just by making.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
It's my pleasure.
All right, that's it. We've heard it all from the president of Kamasesh, Meme. Let's take a break now. When we come back, we're going to welcome our next guest. Stay with us.
Roger envoie un coup de pied vers l'avant. Fait une belle passe à Lionel qui complète la balle. Bayer but. C'est parfait. Superbe. Troisième victoire dans le groupe. Émotion jusqu'à l'ultime minute.
Il n'y a pas de football sans 33 Export. 33 Export, supporter numéro 1 du football.
For sponsorship and publicity, KCBS TV can be reached on +237 677 175987 +237 675 794636. Email info@kcbstv.net.
Blue Nation, baby.
Stay with me, oh. No leave me, oh.
I love this beat, it's crazy.
One
It's Music Lab Production.
Under rain, when you weather, call me, I go come more little. On the sun, when you weather, call me, I go run no little. Anything for you. All I see is you. See them lock out there. Say our love no go stay. Baby now them go fail. Cause baby you don't know. Say you there in my mind. I guess you never know. They are deeper play for you. See baby, you don't know, say I truly love you. I'm not teasing you, I could follow you. So baby, stay with me, oh. Mommy, stay with me, oh. Cause you the boss, my baby, yeah. See there's nothing wrong in trying. My cherry cocoa, I'm begging you, yeah. See there's nothing wrong in trying. My cherry cocoa, I'm begging you. Girl, I see fire in your eyes. Try, and then I start to realize, say that you are blessing in disguise. You know what I'm searching. Cause baby, you don't know. Say you don't in my mind. I guess you never know. They are deep, I play for you. See baby, you don't know. Say I truly love you. I'm not teasing you. I go deep, follow you. So baby, stay with me, oh. Mommy, stay with me, oh. Cause you the boss, my baby. See there's nothing wrong in trying. My cherry cocoa, I'm begging you. Yeah, see there's nothing wrong in trying. My cherry cocoa, I'm begging you. See, stay with me, oh. Yeah, don't leave me, oh, don't leave me, oh. Stay with me, oh.
I love this beat, it's crazy.
Cause baby, you don't know. Say you never mind. I guess you never know. They are deep, I play for you. See baby, you don't know. Say I truly love you. I'm not teasing you. I could follow you. So baby, stay with me, oh. Mommy, stay with me, oh. Cause you the boss, my baby. See there's nothing wrong in trying. My cherry cocoa, I'm begging you. Yeah, see there's nothing wrong in trying. My cherry cocoa, I'm begging you.
Welcome back to Good Morning K-Town. Our next guest is Folemu David Acha, aka MC Fat Boy. Hello, MC Fat Boy. I can see how fat you are.
Yeah.
I can see how
I'm a very
fat
fat
you
guy.
are. Yeah. So tell me about this, your name, MC Fat Guy, because when I learned that MC Fat Boy was here, I was like, I'm looking for like the fat boy, but then you just came and I'm like, is it spiritual fatness or I don't know? Tell me about it.
You know, this name MC Fat Boy came about when I decided to go into show business.
Okay.
So I needed to have a caption.
All right.
On something that when they present it to the public, everybody want to see. You understand? Like you were expecting to see
a fat guy.
A fat guy. And actually the fat guy is here, very fat.
Okay.
You understand? And my friend Bobiro went and summoned me at the city council that I need to be paying tax for fat people.
Okay.
So now like this, I'm seeing how we are working the document out so I can start paying the tax, you know, because the fatness is really there. And each time I'm meeting a taxi, they complain that you are too fat, you take all the seat alone, you want to go to somewhere, to a supermarket, they need to everybody need to go out before you come in, so you need to start paying tax. So yeah, Bobiro is a very bad guy.
Very, very bad. So tell me something. If at one point in your life, because now you are doing MCing and then you have many other things, you're also a comedian, and then you also have a job, right? And from what I see, money is coming, and if money comes now, you become really fat. So are you going to change your name to MC Sleep Boy? Or I don't understand, because you seem to be going contrary to everything that's happening.
No, concerning the fatness, it's because even I know in my next word, this fatness like this is going to maintain.
Okay.
So that's why I've just put MC Fat because I know even the next generation, I see, even I swallow a tiger, I still remain fat.
All right, but please don't swallow a tiger, please.
Okay.
All right, so tell me about you're an MC, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about how you found yourself doing the MC thing.
Okay, I want to say it's a very long story.
Okay.
Because because actually I have never dreamt becoming an MC.
Okay.
So when I left Teachers Training College in 2013,
all right,
I thought for why in the field teaching at my school during activities, I decided now, why is it that I cannot try to? That means my HM will always say, "You, Mr. David, go. You'll be the one to coordinate this activity today." So I did the first one. It was like a type. I did not really enjoy it. So when I met MC Molango,
okay,
because I've been hearing about his name. Because when I arrived Kumba early 2013, I've been hearing about MC Molango. So I had to try by all means to contact him.
Okay.
I said, "Sir, this MC thing like this, I'll begin to. I'm having some interest in it." So he said, "Are you sure you want to read?" I said, "Yes." Okay, he said, "Okay, you will start by presenting in your school during graduation. Always make sure you take a mic and talk." I want to bet you the first day I went to school, I did it. People appreciated. Now I said, "Okay, let me leave now from that, coming down to the public, a bigger public." But I had my first experience. That experience I can never forget, because that day I took the mic, I went on stage. That's how I handled the mic. I was sweating, I was trembling, man. But after that time, I became used to it, and finally, I know. I don't want to say I'm the best, or at least I've become one of the best already in town, and one of the solicited MC for occasions too. So I want to thank God for this way I've gone through this time to this particular moment. It really shows that when you have something really in you, yes, it's a born talent that just needed somebody to spark it, and I met the right person, and he did it, and he came out the way it's supposed to be, and now I'm proud to say I'm an MC.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So I know you talked about your first experience, how nervous you were, but even now, for instance, like, do you have nerves? Like when you get on stage, most public speakers have confessed that the first few seconds are always like very. Yeah,
actually, for example, in a wedding ceremony, when you get into the hall, maybe the occasion is supposed to start by 3 p.m. And they are starting already by 5. If you are not somebody who's very technical, you will not be able to attract the people's attention, because they are first of all tired, they are first of all hungry, and they are bored, they are angry. So you need to be somebody very technical to be able to bring it. So at the first 5 minutes of it is always very timid.
Okay.
You need to, that's why like an MC, you need to blend a little bit of comedy in it to make the thing always move the way it's supposed to be. So the first 5 minutes, you need to bring a lot of comic inside. Although you will still do, and people will not still laugh. So people are already very tense, very angry. But you need a lot of tactics, a lot of ideas to bring
creativity.
them. You need to create something that will make them feel now relaxed, so that you can really start the occasion. So the first 5 minutes of every ceremony is never too that relaxed. Because there's some audience you meet, you go to on occasion, you are talking, people are talking, they don't even want to hear what you are saying, they are just shouting, people will come and give you, no, don't do this. So it's very, very frustrating.
Okay. So besides your comedy, what else do you do?
Yeah, like
MCing and comedy, what else do you do?
Yeah, showbiz in Kumba, in Cameroon as a whole, doesn't really pay that a lot, because like an MC, is not every day you have a job. Yeah, because we used to say our time that we used to really have jobs from November down to January.
Oh, you have a season as well?
You have a season.
Okay.
From February maybe to November, you just have the one, so you cannot live by that alone.
So which is your peak season?
No, my peak season is December. We are always very, very frustrated at that time.
Oh my God.
People always want to call, and that time you know that you take it and balance the other.
Okay.
So it's not that easy. So like an entertainer who is really determined, you must not depend only on the talent alone. You need to be creative. You need to move. You need to work. You need to have a job to be able to blend it together with your talent, so that you'll be able to survive. So like I said, I'm first of all a trained teacher, but I saw that the domain was not really that grade 1 teacher, you come out, you need to, like now they have even changed the system, you need to write again an integration before you can be integrated into the system, which is very, very frustrating. So I decided to go into hotel management, of which now I'm presently managing at a hotel in Fiango, Bundes Hotel. So you see, that's what I do to able to sustain our difficult times.
All right, that's good. So now that you've talked about, you brought up this hotel management stuff, I'd like to ask you something in relation to that. You know, how do you maintain your services in the hotels? We have a huge challenge when it comes to hotel management and services here. You know, you go to a hotel and you don't even find probably you can't even get a bottle of water to drink from the hotel. You have to pay money before they can get simple things like toilet tissue for you. Why do hotels not really maintain the standards?
Okay, thank you, because you really mentioned that, because there in the hotel we have for example, in Bundes Hotel, I don't want to say we are different, because there we take, before stating the price, we took into consideration the environment.
Okay.
Where are we located? We are located in Fiango, and most of the strangers, when they hear about Fiango, first of all, they will begin to, they have already a stigma. But of which we are located in a well-arranged environment. And then secondly, talking about the services, we decided to put a price. That price, when you are going to our room, you have bathing soap, you have a tissue. Yeah, we never wanted to include the toothpaste, toothbrush, and other things, because now when you want to put it, you must, at least the price is going to increase. And if you somebody will ask you, I have my toothbrush in my house, why do you want me to pay for it? Something I will not use. There are even some customers that will enter the room, you put a toilet tissue, since it's considered, okay, I've paid 5,000 francs per night, all these things are my own. Before you want to come to the room, I've taken the toilet tissue away, everything, even the slippers. Although we interchange the slippers, they still carry them away. So
that's a strategy.
We interchange them, but some people will still carry them away. So we really see how we satisfy our customer in a very moderate way. So we don't like say, no, maybe in some hotels, like maybe you had some experience that you go to some hotels, they say you are going to or maybe you don't have a bottle of water to drink, or there we have everything there. Yes.
Okay, all right, that's good. Because you go to some, you say I need toilet tissue, they say pay your money first, then you use your money to go and buy the toilet tissue. So I'm glad to know that you're different.
Yes.
And thank you so much for joining us this morning.
To really specify, because what we are saying is true, because I myself had some experience like that. Now we cannot also blame them, those who doing that way, because it's not easy to be able to maintain. There's, for example, that because some people used to go and rent structure to operate hotels in it. You need to pay rents, you need to do those things, you need to pay your staff. You have one person working in the hotel as a receptionist, as a barman, as a cleaner, as a manager, as all those things. So when that kids come, what do you expect? Pay your money now, I'm going to go buy toilet roll. Pay your money, I'm going to go buy you soap. So all those things, that it is due to the situation we have, and maybe lack of planification in the business. Yes, because for example, us in Bundes, we don't count on the income to pay our workers. Yes, and we don't also count on the income to satisfy the customer. When you're coming there, we first of all satisfy you before expecting from you.
All right, that's good. Wow, thank you so much for sharing with us this morning, your work and also your MC. We wish you all the best. You know, you seem very ambitious, and like I always say, I like ambitious people.
I want to also thank KCBS for this wonderful opportunity, for inviting me here. And I just pray that may God keep up putting things in order and making KCBS one of the biggest TV channel that we have in Africa.
But before I let you go, tell me about, do you have an association? Because I'm also an MC, so probably I would like to join. Let me know, is there an association for MCs?
You know, that's the main problem we are facing now, because everybody is not an MC. Yes, everybody is not an MC. You just go, that's the problem we are facing now, because now you go for a occasion, somebody will say, I have my uncle will come and MC the program. Now, because when you build the person will tell you that, no,
it's too much.
I have my uncle, how can why should I pay you 20,000 francs?
Just to stand here and talk.
To just stand and talk. I said, he's standing and talking. No, You can have a best occasion, you have best decoration, best musical set, but a bad MC will spoil the occasion. That's what they don't know. So we are still trying to see how we are going to form a body that we are going to have an association of MCs that will put an association to make, any society or any community without laws, without this thing, everybody will just come up and say any type of thing. Like the journalist, the president of Kamasis was saying here, there are people that will just get up because they have been used to in the radio or they are working in the radio, they just call themselves a journalist. They move around doing all stuff. That's the same thing we are facing in our own department there. Everybody's an MC. I'm MC this. You have never seen somebody with a mic somewhere. You have never seen somebody even doing training, but it's an MC, and they are the one making us to become more fertile like we are now. So that's the main problem. So we are still trying to bring up something that will put all the MCs together, so that we'll put an order in that sector. All
right, that's good. So when that time comes, I'll certainly be part of that association.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, that's it. We've heard it all from MC Fatboy himself. Let's have a break. When we come back, we're going to have early captions with Eswagiles. Stay tuned.
For sponsorship and publicity, KCBS TV can be reached on +237 677 175987 +237 675 794636. Email info@kcbstv.net.
She's the one I've been telling you, my friends, one in a million. Everywhere you turn, you go see me. My God, change your life, my God. My God, make you happy forever. I can't, so chill, baby. Yeah, chill, mama. Njagala nkolenga kepesiro sitamina superpower sikometa sigameta nakulaba disitansi tokotanga turbulence dedicated of papa so nice my beautiful baby it's so nice. Oh mama mia, I wanna let you know I'll never let you down. I love you so. Oh mama yeah. Bangenda kufuna ntambula tulaba my baby njagala okufuna nekulaga ogenda telaba akusomeko mu bitabo magazine and newspaper. You go buy me aeroplane, carry me go for overseas, to begin now you go give me, everywhere you turn you go see me, my God, change your life, my God. My God, to do the baby
Yeah, me come with me love from hometown. Yeah, Rastafari, never leave my paper, but sure. This is boy and me hometown. Me just want to show some love. Some love. Some love. My most precious thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, me come with me love from hometown.
You are watching KCBS TV, the Kumba City Broadcasting Service. This is Early Captions, your press review slot on Good Morning K-Town. Today I'm joined by seasoned journalist who works with the Calvary Good News Radio, Mr. Chris Ngome Samuel, is also host of Hear the Word on Calvary Radio. You're welcome, Mr. Chris Ngome.
Good morning, Mr. K. Julius Eswa.
My pleasure having you.
It's my delight finding myself in this sophisticated and well-decorated studio and watch conference. I'm so excited. I'm so glad. Honestly speaking,
it's an honor having you here. Yeah. We are going to go through the papers together.
Yeah.
Presents. We are going to have a Cameroon Tribune, the Guardian Post, the Post, the Gazette, Le Jour, and Réalité. The last two in French. So Cameroon Tribune says, well, no, why Balunga countries, Balunga paper, it says, loot country, fight against hate speech. I'm not confused about this. Nazipu are struggling to be part of it. I don't know why is it so important. Everybody wants to be part of that movement to fight against hate speech. Why so? What is hate speech seems to be becoming a money-making issue now in Cameroon?
Yes, hate speech because and the organization manning that phenomenon that they want to fight against hate speech and other xenophobia, they say xenophobia, because they've said it is a threat to peace and social cohesion in the Cameroonian society, and so they will do everything humanly possible within their reach to try to eliminate, try to abort this phenomena of hate speech and xenophobia in the country. Like I said, it is being manned by this organization or this association instituted by the government, that is the Bilingual and Multiculturalism Commission, headed by the former PM of this country, where household name Mr. Peter Mafani Musonge. And so they have been working for close to 3 months now, a nationwide tour to see how they can come out with elements that they can fight against the hate speech. So I think, I don't know, but I think there's money inside too to see what they can do with the money to fight against it.
Headlines every day
hate speech. And even yesterday they did have a general meeting to see about hate speech, and there's a budget for that and sitting allowances for that as well.
To talk about hate speech.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was the main topic we had in Cameroon Tribune today. We're going now to the Guardian Post. Assistant Senator Mbela Moki is from FACO, says he weeps for Anglophone Cameroon.
Yes, he had to come out with such a very authoritative statement, because he said, one, the Ministry of Local Development, if I'm right, is still stifling the resources to run regional councils. Regional councils are still dragging their feet. They have not yet been established since they were installed, or since they were created,
of all these
and other powers and special status have not been given them yet.
And
they're much trumpeted,
yes,
and this is creating a lot of tension in the community.
Minister Mbayo, you know Minister Mbayo?
Yes, the minister delegate in charge of Commonwealth at the Ministry of External Relations.
He is proposing some solutions to Africa's security problems.
Yes, we are plagued with a lot of challenges in this African continent, wars here and there, and our own country is not different from that. And is calling on world bodies to put on their resources, to harness and mobilize their resources to see how they can combat these recurrent of crises, recurrent of wars and plagues and famine and pestilence here and there in Africa. So it's been a very current cry of the minister delegate, I beg your pardon, in charge of Commonwealth at the Ministry of External Relations.
Also, the Guardian Post also come back to this idea of hate speech and hate speech and xenophobia as a claim.
Yes.
And they say the bilingualism solution says it needs an inclusive solution. What do they mean by that?
That means bringing all stakeholders on board to see everybody's opinion count, everybody's ideas count, and how they could put these ideas together, how they could put this intelligence together to see they could fight against this hate speech and xenophobia stuff. Like I said, they said authoritatively and unequivocally yesterday that the hate speech and xenophobia is a threat, a huge threat to peace and social cohesion in the Cameroonian society.
But don't you think sometimes the action might be more dangerous than hate speech? When you see council workers arresting journalists, that can create more tension. That can create more tension.
That's the system we find ourselves when priorities are misplaced. Misplaced of priorities. What we're supposed to focus on, we do not focus. What we do not supposed to focus on, that's where we focus our attentions and canalize our energies into. So it's a quite it's an opposite system.
So priorities.
Yes,
so to
that's
say.
right. Thank you.
Priorities. Okay, let's go to the Post newspaper.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever heard of the name Frank Biya? So get prepared. That name will be a name you're going to hear.
Yes.
Frank Biya, they call it Frank Biya's candidature lobbyists have deposited a file at Ministry of Administration for a political party.
Yes, Emmanuel Frank Biya, that's his full name, has come out with his own party, and he think is soon to be running for the presidential elections. And so that has become a normal phenomenon in the African continent today, especially in the Francophone African countries.
Samak region.
Samak region, to be more precise. You can see the case in Chad. Son takes over. Equatorial Guinea as a vice president. Not some years back, Omar Bongo gave to the son. So it's a kind of recurrent issue. I don't know whether they belong in the same court, which is telling them that before you die, you must.
So by saying that Frank Biya wants a political party, just to bring him to the limelight.
Yeah, to the limelight. That should be one. It should be
everybody can
indirect way.
Everybody can have a political party. They announce it.
It should be an indirect way, bringing him to the seat where the father has been. And so I ask myself sometimes, Mr. Julius, I don't mind. I thought I'm on the radio with my very friend and good sister Christy, and so I thought I used to ask myself that is it that these people want to make their countries a monarchy? Because a dynasty that if you die, the son takes over or the daughter takes over, and I don't understand. So what is Africa becoming of? I don't understand.
And we expect the world to respect us.
And they expect the world to respect us, like you said.
Well, let's say I place out. Also in the Post, we just had the Kamasesh president was talking to us.
Yeah.
Yesterday we celebrated the World Press Freedom Day, which has to do with journalists. And the Minister of Communications is now talking to journalists. He says, rehabilitate your profession through self-regulation mechanism. That is a very political speech.
Strong words, I must say. Rehabilitate your through
self-regulation mechanisms.
It means that we should examine ourselves, like the president, in the simple terms, in a very simple English. Examine yourself, like I want to allude that to Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
You are asking him to change his ways. So we, the journalists, we should look ourselves in the mirror and then examine and process and kind of dissect and diagnose what should be deleted and discarded from us, and what should be implemented and what should be sustained. So that's what he's trying to say. That's what he's trying to say.
So which means, in other words, he's saying that
putting some regulations
to make your profession and able, you should check yourself.
Yeah.
Suppose you not
Like my president was saying a while ago, a lot of quacks in the profession, those who just impostors and they're just charlatans here and there, and they say they are journalists, whereas they don't know any ethic about journalism, any deontology, as they will put it, canons about journalism, because you can possess, you can afford a smartphone, and then you go around, take pictures, and even in the photojournalism, you're not able to respect those ethics enacted in photojournalism. So it's a lot of there's a lot of problem and bringing plenty of noise and cacophony in the profession.
What obtains in Ghana, in the journalism core in Ghana, is that they always have seminars that you have to pay for.
Okay.
Yeah, they have it. It's imposed in Ghana, even though they will not recognize you, because not everybody has done journalism in school. So you have to be a journalist, and you might not be most ethics. So the journalism core, like what we call conversation.
Yeah.
They organize paid for seminars, where you go and then you get the ethics of. I think we should start doing that in Cameroon.
I think there should be a humongous exercise of cleaning the house very soon. And I also want to appeal to my president, which I'm a member of his executive team, that I think we should, he's watching. I think we should start doing that from this chapter level, and cleaning the house, exercise, the campaign to clean the house, to identify who is a journalist, where do you work, who are you, and not bringing in carpenters, not bringing bar, whatever, receptionists into the stuff, and then
sometimes when we go
up, and then
at time we go for coverage, you see people. There's the list, always put list of journalists. You see sometimes 25 names.
And paradoxically, Mr. Julius, you may well want to know that these charlatans are the one even making plenty of noise out there in town. Yes, they tell you they are journalists. They go to churches. They say they are journalists. They go to places there. I tell you that you are the real ones. Yes, you see the real ones talking, the ones with the certificate talking. But the charlatans, they make the brandish their names all over the place that they are journalists. So I think we need a campaign exercise to clean the house, to purge the house, I must say.
Okay. Let's go now to the Gazette.
Yes, sir.
The Gazette. They talk about the Kuma City Mayor, Greg Mwanu, that he's changed his report card. He's changing municipality to an El Dorado. I love that caption. I love that caption.
I don't want to say it's a hyperbolic statement.
Okay.
Some of us will do literature exaggeration, but then in his level, for some months that he has been there stable, he's been able to grade some roads. You may well want to agree with us. Major street in this Kumba, like Bamileke Street in Fiango, that was my former street.
And he has done some work.
At least. Even around your area here where this television is located, behind Blessing through Bonakama, I think he's doing some work. He's making some strides.
And most quartiers in Kumba are now accessible.
Yeah, accessible.
If
like
not
you said,
because now there is rain, babe.
Possible.
If not rain, you can go to most.
Some streets were becoming footpath rather than street, but now he's been able to entrench the sizes of the street, and so you can now, it's possible, like you said, accessible. With your big Jaguar car from America, you can go through the street and enter your compound.
For KCBS workers,
like what we have with the KCBS workers when they came to my street Far East this morning to take me off, to bring me to this studio. So I'm blessed. Yes, see, I'm putting on suit because I'm getting some breeze coming from the AC. It's not. I was with the shed, so I said, no, let me put on.
We're expecting the president of Kamasai to make the place comfortable.
Why not? Why not? A very handsome guy.
Also in the Gazette, well, they say the Anglophone crisis, at last there's dialogue based on the UK Swiss initiative. I don't know who is doing that because I don't. The common government announced that. Who is doing this dialogue outside there?
There's a lot of controversy in this issue of who want to sit and dialogue, or who is sitting to dialogue with who. A lot of controversy surrounding this particular issue. So I like we were talking off microphone, we still doubt the credibility of that statement, the truism of that statement. We don't know who want to dialogue with who, and to what avenue, so or what venue, I beg your pardon. So it's quite questionable that. a particular stuff is doubt. They have some doubt in it. So except we have not heard it. I am one of the ardent follower to newscast, even the national media, but I've not heard that before. I don't know, but we don't want to question the source yet. So we fold our arms and see how things are ongoing.
Let's go to Le Jour newspaper. It's a French language papers.
Yeah.
Le Jour. Well, they say they still have questions regarding the express train that the government now is going to start traveling. They still have questions themselves about it.
You call it express train? Did I get you?
The government call it express trains.
Wow. I think sorry if I'm laughing, but
that's some sort of hyperventilation from those who are using the expression to define this.
Yes, a very hyper definition. Those are still locomotives.
Okay.
Have you seen? You've been in Germany before. Yes, you've been in Germany, and you know what is called a train. TGV in France, from Paris to Berlin, they use the TGV train for 2 minutes. If you leave Paris, you and I have been there from Paris to Berlin. It's 2 minutes, or you go to southern Germany.
I want to call it express trains because normal express trains use electric power. I don't know if they have enough light. I know we show of light. I'm using a generator because I know we show some.
That's a question. Those are some of the questions we pose. Whereas there are still no. When that train is moving, it's gliding on that rail. You call it express train. Wow.
Well, they
still have questions within themselves to answer and certain things to ascertain to bring out the truism of that train. So they call it. I call it locomotives. It's an assertion, though, an incredible one for that matter.
Also in Le Jour, they try to ask. You know, if you travel from Kumba to Douala, you have these way stations where they stop and these trucks go and they weigh. So they say, what are these things given to the government? What did they bring 2020?
Come again.
These way stations where vehicles, if you have a truck, go have 1 year.
Yes. It used to be at Bombay, between Bombay and Balangi.
Yeah, these trucks go there and they stop. They pay some money. So where's all the money that's been? That is for this country.
You know,
because those trucks pay because they destroy the road with heavy tires. So they pay so this money can be used to maintain these roads.
Yeah. You may
so want to where is the money for 2020? That what the question is.
Asking. You know our system.
Where is the money that
no accountability? They will not tell you where this money have gone to. Maybe it has entered. It has been siphoned to a private pocket somewhere. You hear somebody die leaving behind 72 billion CFA francs. That's 72,000 million CFA francs, which in the next 10 generations,
even if it 100,000,
yes, will not be able to exhaust that money. And we did some little arithmetic. I don't want to say mathematic. That 72 billion CFA francs can be able to pay graduates about for the next 20 years. That is monthly salary or monthly wages for 250,000 francs a month.
Because you know the average wage in Cameroon should be about 150,000.
Yes.
Average. You have people who have
250 category A2 teachers. They do fluctuate between 220 to 250
go up to 300.
Yes, they call it advancement, longevity. So that's how it is. So that's how it is.
Also ask same question with these targets we have.
We don't know where the money in developed countries. In some countries, even you go to Kigali now in Rwanda, so-called devastated Rwanda some years back, but now you go to Kigali, there are roads that have been mapped out for those heavy duty trucks and roads that are meant for the normal cars and vehicles. But I don't understand. We do use the same road with these heavy duty trucks, and the roads are not the best. They are narrow roads. Have you traveled the road? I studied in Yaoundé, University of Yaoundé. I used to live here about what time to Yaoundé, and so you live here, let's say 9 o'clock. It's very risky, I will tell you, Mr. Gilos, to travel between Douala and Yaoundé in that road in the night. I am telling you, you miss station trucks on the way, heavy duty truck stations.
We know triangle to indicate that there's
even a fort there, and the road is too narrow. So we don't know where those monies are are entering into.
Maybe
where
someday
the
someone will come and
If I
account
say
for
those
them.
monies, we also have monies is a kind of, I want to make it clear, it's, you have dollars, you have pounds, because these people are giving you aids, they are giving you assistance. So where are the monies going to? So
China just gave what 26 billion.
25 billion CFA francs. Yesterday they signed.
And my colleague here,
they signed the Chinese ambassador.
said is what she called it
grants. It's
no,
grants, not even loan.
Constructive loan. With productive loan,
Okay.
which means it's either they give you have to work and pay it back.
No, but according to the regional Minister of Economy and Regional Development, Alami Osman, he said, I followed him on the interview on CLTV. He said this is a grant, not to be refunded, and they equally cancelled.
billion free like
that. That's what they said. That's what he said. He claimed to say, unquote, and he said they equally cancelled.
10 point something billion, 10 to 4
billion something that were owing, and so this kind of niceness, let me use that English, this kind of loving the lady suddenly that you've not been loving her, then it's quite
that is not a very bizarre thing China has done. When we bought this plane from China, this MA60, it was announced that we bought one and China gave us one for free, and journalists were asking, you give somebody a plane for free, a plane?
Have you forgotten about the
laptop,
the students' university laptops? Have you forgotten about that one too?
We've been paid for.
Yeah, we
paid for. But you said China give us a plane for free. You buy one, and so in China, buy one plane, give one for free.
Father Christmas.
That's wonderful.
Father Christmas, indeed. Okay.
Hope wonders will soon end. Hope the wonders will soon end.
We pray so. We pray so.
And the last paper we're going to look into today is Le Monde de Réalité. It's also in French. And they say President Paul Biya authorizes 11 new political parties, of course, including the one of Frank Biya.
That's live, right? If you
11 new political parties.
Other parties are benefiting from the largesse of his, how do I put it, from the acknowledgement of his son's political party.
Okay.
I should say so, because sometimes when you live with children in the house and for suspicion not to be raised up, not to be noticed amongst other children, sometimes if you buy a child, let's say a Galaxy whatever for, you will want to buy the others Galaxy whatever, so that they should not say you. This man is discriminatory. This man is.
So which means these 11 parties were just to come.
Yeah, they just benefited
Frank
Biya's candidature. I must tell you that they just came into
like a smoke screen. Yes. But the elections are coming 2025. Why now? We are not yet 2025. Why is that? This election 2025. I think next election should be at 2025.
Can I tell you? I should.
Why are we having it now?
I should do a biblical allusion to that, if you permit me do that.
Yeah,
you see, before Absalom overthrew his father, he's been nursing this idea for close to 2 years, 40 years. I beg your pardon. 40 years he was pampering. When they came to the father for judgment or for counseling or whatever, he said, "Yes, I can do it more than my father." He will pity, say sugar-coated, very good, cajoling words unto them, and so for 40 good years nursing that and hoping where he was going, and finally he succeeded to overthrow the father. So to say this, we want to connect this to our own case, to our context, that here some years to, so they are trying to put some manure on the tree and see how it will grow and bear some fruit. So I should tell you that.
By the fruit,
by the fruit.
So what fruit will be in the first place?
Let's see what fruit will come out of that. Out of it will come out of that.
The last topic we'll take, stay in Monde Reality. The same Minister Joseph Lay, no Minister Joseph Lay.
Yes, Minister of Public Reforms.
They say he's cleaning off the state payroll system, that a lot of ghost workers exist. He's going to stop that. How is that going to be done?
It's hard, because there are a lot of Cameroon, you have a lot of stages before you want to. They said before you how do I put this? Before you want to do something, think, because the future, think about the future, because you may still wanting to come to dismantle, to surmount that thing, which will be pretty difficult for you to do it. So they have mounted a lot of administrative bottlenecks, the people who are they know the terrain very well. To do that, it's not. He's just, how do I put it? He's just doing his little effort, but in a little way. Let's say if you want me to rate it in a percentage, about 40% or 45%, because they are still in this country. You say you lack work, Mr. Gillo, or I lack work. If they will create you vacancy. There are people in those ministries. Let me tell you, I've been in Yaoundé. There are people in those ministries. They have matricles, or we call it registration numbers in English language. Registration numbers, whereas they almost is to run errands. Go buy me chop, a caretaker, and it backs home 250,000 francs a month. Because it's coming from a particular, you understand?
Clan.
A particular clan, a particular zone. So you get them, you just get them. Some are just entertainers, like we have our comedians. You get into office, hey, Zambewa, hey, Satan.
You pay for that.
Yes, Zambewa, Satan. You see, I have money for that.
Maybe we should go and learn that language.
Yes, we'll learn that language very soon.
We'll
learn that language very soon. It's quite unfortunate. I mean, you see the rendering, the renditions in their language, and they are laughing there, and you are soliciting for a service, and they say, I'm up there. They raise their legs like that, and they are being paid for.
But do you think people are serious in this country? Because Eli was saying yesterday that we have unserious people trying to do serious things.
I like that oxymoron.
She said we have unserious people trying to do unserious. Because I'm asking something. How do you want to identify those who are? How do you employ them? I don't understand. He said, how do you employ them? How is people employed in the first place before they became ghost workers?
One, nepotism. Nepotism. The factor of nepotism shows up there. Two, you have tribalism. Three, you have how do I put it again? Favoritism. Nepotism is equal to favoritism, and so that's how this thing, you bring in people who are not they don't have the merit to be there. Meritocracy is out of the game.
Let me tell you what a German told me.
Yes,
he was in Cameroon and they went back. So he told me that how come in Cameroon the month ends on the 30th and people get a salary on the 26th?
It's funny.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah, it's funny.
Because in Germany, the month ends on the 30th, you get a salary on the 15th of the next month.
Yeah, that's right.
Month. Because the machine will calculate how much you work. If you came to work this day, because you have what we call trump card. Okay, time card. When you come to work, you put it in the machine at the door. The door clears exactly when you came to work. And when you're employed, you are told that you paid per hour. In Germany, they pay people. Your salary is maybe €8 per hour. Because that's a currency. At the end of the month, the machine calculates how many hours you came. If you go for break, it must use the machine to open the door. Your card. So the machine will tally how many hours you actually work. That is when the salary will be sent to your account. So it takes 14 days to calculate all of that.
Mr. Julius,
so you cannot even be paid. But yes, somebody. So they said,
when did these people start using even digital stuff? they have this arcade analog kind of stuff.
How come the month ends on the 30th?
So you expect them to record to have the database of every how long have they been using? They have gone digital. Just some few years back. You don't expect them
even have working computers.
That's what I'm saying. I've entered in those offices in Yaoundé. Most of them still have local rudimentary equipment. This primitive equipment in a modern age, 21st century.
Email addresses.
They don't even. Some of them don't even have. Most of them they don't even have. You go to check on something to make a research on one of the sites. You can find anything. It's county. So I don't understand what is happening.
Go to the website.
Yesterday I was just sorry to do this digression. It's not a point of concern. But yesterday you see this bus company that helps to, they say, they transport persons from one end in Yaoundé. It's the thing is no more there. The services are devastated. They are deteriorated. They are obsolete. It appears as the years go by, things in this country are.
You know why? Those buses have to exist on their own as a system. They work money to be used to buy parts, and so they keep functioning. But what Monica, the person just collects the money and uses the money. Whoever is the boss takes the money for his personal money.
Management problem has always been
this money
has always been the case, has always been the challenge. Management has always been the challenge in this country, and because if you don't have the people at heart, and that's where you become very greedy, egoism, self-centeredness. They don't care. We just care about our families. We care.
It's because we don't have role models in this country.
Somebody will be able to, like I said, siphon 50 billion. When we call 50 billion, it sounds very subtle on mine. But let me say 50,000 million CFA francs. For what reasons, I can't tell.
Do you know that in this country, role models are thieves and scammers?
For sure.
People admire.
For sure. Why not?
When you embezzle government money, that's when they admire it.
And some mayors,
see that money house, see that money motor.
Some mayors who were illegal scammers, now they are made mayor, or they are whatever administrators and politicians who are now on very legal seat. They now legalize their scamming talents.
They use it
and
now.
Their gifts, their scamming gifts and talent, and they're using it now in a grand style. And so you can official scamming. This 300 billion, we have used it for this road. Whereas you go to check the road, nothing has been done. No,
as somebody said,
iota of work has been executed.
The wind of change is blowing, as somebody said.
It's blowing. No, like I was saying on my program yesterday.
Might be COVID-19 is going to be the. So I'm just saying.
COVID-19.
No,
nothing lasts forever. Natural factor will play in.
Okay, so
nothing lasts
forever. Just coming to history. Natural factor maybe.
Yeah, for sure. No, sir.
So, Mr. Chris Ngome, Samuel of Calvary Good News Radio, it was a pleasure having you on KCBS TV.
Thank you so much. Before I go, but I want to make some remarks. I want to say I just like the studio. When I came in, I was so moved. Let me use your word yesterday. Prodigious. I was amazed. I was very amazed.
Okay.
The lighting system is okay. Everything well organized, well structured, well orderly, and well programmed.
Step by step.
Very professional, I must confess. So sometimes you don't need to judge the book from the cover. Get closer, start getting opening the cover, and then start getting into the chapters, and then you're going to discover a lot of interesting things in that book. Thank you very much. I find it a pleasure and an honor to be to share the same set with you. And it's somebody, let me tell you now, to the public, this is one of my mentors. I admire him a lot. I admire him when he writes. He's such an intelligent man. He writes. I listen to him talk. I take into consideration his writing. I also put them into practice. You're a great man. And also I want to find that I shared the same platform, or said this morning, with my president.
He's a great man.
Mr. Njinju.
He's a man with vision.
He's a man with vision. And so
he's been a couple of times.
So I pray that whatever he's been aligned and whatever he has said concerning the preamble or the organigram of the association, let it be strictly be followed. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, viewers, there is what we have today for early captions. Thanks for watching. Good morning. K-Town continues. Stay with KCBS. Bye bye.
Madame, Monsieur, NMG. Le 9 Primo. NMG dans le building. New Africa. Give me money. Amina Mata. Come make we jolly. Come make we holla the matter. I'm married man with the throwing a dollar. I'm married man with the throwing a sefa. If you no getting money, then you be picking for quarter. If you want follow Amina, you go for check the pasa. Amina holla the matter. Holla, holla, holla. She go holla your matter. Holla, holla, holla. Amina holla the matter. Holla, yeah, 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 yeah. She go holla your matter. Holla, yeah, 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 yeah. Amina want to marry Bobby, we get plenty money. Amina want to marry Alaji, we get plenty money. Amina want to marry all of them cocoa buyers. Amina want to marry all of them stockbrokers. Amina, hey, 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 yeah. Amina, oh, 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 yeah. Madame, Monsieur, NMG.
holla the matter. Holla, holla, holla. She go holla your matter. Holla, holla, holla. Amina holla the matter. Holla, holla, holla. She go holla your matter. Holla, holla, holla. Gondere money, Amina sukusuwe. Gondere money, Amina sukusuwe. Gondere money, when I used sukusuwe. Gondere money, mogamu sukusuwe. Amina over like money, traumatisé. Eva me traumatisé. Money for handbag, for ground, traumatisé. Amina hala de mata, money, hala, Amina hala, she go hala your mata, money, hala, Amina hala, Amina hala de mata, money, hala, when I use hala, she go hala your mata, money, hala, Amina hala de mata, money, hala, Amina hala, she go hala your mata, money, hala, Amina hala, Amina hala de mata, money, hala, when I use hala, she go hala your mata, money, hala,
Stomp your feet, tick 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 to the beat. Oh yeah, move up and zula.
Go get a stumble now.
St. Monica University is an American-style university which started in 2012, and our headquarters is in Boya. However, we recognize the fact that Kumba is the biggest city in the southwest region, and as the biggest city, we thought it wise that we have a location here in Kumba. The university is unique in many ways. First of all, St. Monica University is an American-style university, which means that going there, you are going to earn American degrees. Not only that, the way of studies is unique, is different from what you have seen in any other university. For example, we don't have any closing deadlines. You can be admitted. Again, going back to the idea, we had the idea of creating an American-style university in Cameroon, but which is affordable. In fact, we have certain principles that we work on. One is affordability, one is flexibility.
Welcome back to Good Morning K-Town. Let's welcome Elizabeth Belwa with Soul Talk. Hi, Eli. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. The weather is cold today.
I know.
It rained this morning, seriously.
I know. I mean, we've been crying of heat every time in K-Town, you know. We always complain. When it's hot, we say it's too hot. When it's cold, we say it's too cold.
That's how we are. Humans by nature, we always complain. You know, I woke up this morning very inspired and something came to my mind and I want to share it with you.
Okay.
There's this saying that if you help somebody in return of a favor, that's not help, it's called business.
Okay. All right.
Now, should I help you with something? If you tell me that, oh, I'm in need, this is what is happening to me, and I say, okay, let me help you. And in turn, maybe I don't ask for exactly what I gave you, and I say, come do this thing for me. You know, I helped you when you were in a difficult time. Why can't you just repay me? I just wanted to do this small thing. Whereas that thing can be good or bad. I wasn't helping you at that time. I was doing business with you.
Okay.
It's just that you were not open to see it. That's what is happening today in our world.
All right.
People don't help people genuinely.
Scratch my back.
Scratch my back.
That's what you were saying yesterday.
That's what is happening.
Okay.
And it's in another way, because when I look in a world that we find ourselves, I see that there's no genuine help.
Okay.
Especially from the opposite sex.
Right.
You can never see a guy helping a lady and you say, no, I just want to help you. I just want to help you because I think you need help. It's a lie.
Okay, what about a girl helping a guy?
No, that's it. I say it's
Do they help
neither
for free?
way. No, they help for something.
Okay.
If a girl gives you money, like a girl wakes up one morning and you say, my friend, is what is happening to me, and she gives you like 50,000 francs, my brother, just know how you start keeping that money to pay back. Because one day will come, she will just wake up and tell you that, James, I have this thing is disturbing me. What happened? You know, I have this issue with my guy. I cheated on him and I just wanted to cover up that I was in your place like that. And you go and cover up. She says, well, James, thank you. You see, and say that business for that 50K, you say the worker, just go back. That money is what you are paying now.
Ellie, this is your story you're telling me. You're so fluent that are you speaking out of experience?
I am just telling you that's how the world is.
Jeez.
It's the same thing with a guy. You tell a guy that, oh, my friend said this is what is happening to me. He said, oh, I'm very sorry, you know, things are hard now, but I'll see what to do about it. And he's saying to 100K, and like, then he just wakes up one morning. Eli, are you in Boya? Yes, I'm in Boya. Okay, Eli, I want us to. So I want you to meet me at the restaurant. Let's have lunch and discuss from one thing to another. You people get up in the morning in the hotel. Hope you slept well. I did. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. You have paid that 100,000 francs.
Wow, I didn't hear the part that you pay. I didn't hear the pay part.
No, you pay because you spend the night with him. You not spend the night with him and you're looking at him like this. Like, hey.
But the truth is, you have to ask questions. If somebody gives you 100,000 francs, what is this 100,000 francs?
No, let me tell you something. We men by nature, we don't want to know the purpose or the income. It's just that the income has arrived. Simple.
And so when you're paying back, don't complain.
That's it, because if I tell you that I have a problem for 20,000 francs, let's be frank, we are women here. If I tell you that I have a problem for 20,000 francs and you decide to give me 50,000 francs, I'll just say, well, this thing is too much, but thank you very much. You know, I'm so happy because I had another problem. It's just that I did not tell you.
Hey.
That is us by nature.
Oh my God.
So that's what I woke up today and it came to my mind. I was just laughing over it and I just said, no, let me share this thing because this help issue is something that we should look into it.
Yeah, next time you want to ask.
Yeah, yes, next time if somebody tell me the raison d'etre, like, what is this money for? If we tell somebody that I'm in need, and the thing is, we are not genuine when asking, especially ladies, we are not genuine. You have a problem and the problem is 10K. Now, you have a list, you have Peter, you have James, you have Paul, you have Matthew. Jesus. All of them have to give you 10K.
Oh,
and you fabricate each story to tell each person. Maybe one of them is very rich, he doesn't have issues with money, and you say 10,000 and he gives you 30, and it's like, okay, take it and help yourself. Maybe if you want to check at the end of the time, maybe you have received 100,000 francs, and maybe out of the 4 persons, just 2 will call you back for you to pay. What about those others? Maybe somebody gave you money that was the last money. So you see how we are indirectly stealing.
Well, Ellie, this is your story. I don't understand. Seriously, because personally, if you're not my mother,
okay,
right, or my father, I'm not asking you for money. Why should I be asking for money in the first place? Because like, if you keep telling your problems to people indirectly, sometimes you tell your problem to somebody and the person probably just start getting ideas that probably maybe I'm not you're looking at me more than what I think. For instance, if you're just my friend and I start telling you things that you don't expect me to tell you or asking about money, it means that probably I will start like growing ideas in my head. And probably she wants something more than this.
Don't go ideas. You see, I have a very big problem now. Thank God I'm here with you. So I have a problem that I need like 25K. So you as my female friend, I don't know what you ask me in return, but please just help me the money. At least let me be.
All I'll do is to wish you all the best and hope that you get the money.
Okay, I hope we did learn about that, about help. So, what's your notion of the word maturity? Like when you hear maturity, what comes into your mind? What to you? What's the criteria? What's the measuring rod to say this person is mature?
For me, I'll think about what came to mind is emotional maturity. Emotional maturity.
Okay.
I mean, you could talk about age, but we say age is not really maturity.
Okay, to you it's emotional maturity.
I think that when you have a certain level of emotional intelligence, right, then you can comfortably deal with people around you, not in an excited way or in an immature way.
Okay.
You know, I think that's maturity for me.
Now, the first aspect to show that you're mature, like when you say that this person is mature, is you take full responsibility for your actions. If you can't take responsibility for your actions, even if you're 100 years, you're not mature.
Okay.
Because maturity is not about age, it's about living up to the expectation in which you find yourself. Now, if you cannot accept that I've done this thing and I'm taking responsibility for it, then you're not mature. You know, the world is full with unmatured people. No, sorry, immature people. They don't like accept that this is what I've done and I'm taking responsibility for it.
Yeah, therefore in that case a lot of people are not mature.
Yeah, a lot of people.
You know, the one thing that doesn't go with maturity is your ego, right?
Yeah, your ego does not go
because
with
to
maturity.
be able to accept that you have done something wrong, it means that you have to sit on your ego and say, "Bo, sit here. I have done something wrong."
Yeah, that's
you know, humility, all those things, they go together.
That's where maturity comes
Yeah.
in. And another aspect that shows about maturity is that small talks don't excite you. Small things don't excite you. Like small talks, like everything you're just shouting, you're just like this thing happens and boom. Nah, you're not mature.
That's emotional
because mature
intelligence.
minds,
Yeah.
they always do this thing. They kick back.
They think.
Relax. They think like,
about
okay,
it.
this is what happened. But that's why I get to see some women. Just something just happens and you don't even ask. That's what I was telling you yesterday about silence. That you don't even ask what happened. You're just shouting. You're just Small things don't move you. There are some things that you overlook, not because it's more than you to answer, but it's because you don't think it's worthwhile. You don't think that that is at that time you don't put ego. You put what respect, because you respect the person and you respect yourself. That's being mature. What's the essence you starting up a talk with somebody and you know that you'll end up in a fight? Who gets disgrace is you.
And you also try to look at things from the other person's perspective. You
Yeah,
know?
that's it. And another thing is that you don't judge easily. Mature minds don't judge.
We are
easily.
always quick to judge.
Yeah, we're always quick to judge, especially on social media. Especially on, that's what I've noticed. You just hear something and you just
go in and type
now
a
this
comment.
one it can tie to professional maturity, like journalists. So journalists don't judge easily. Like, this thing happens and you say, oh my god, I knew this thing will happen to you. I have been saying it. You see, mature minds don't do that. You don't just jump into conclusion.
And the funny thing is that Facebook now has come up with something like, once you see a post and no one has commented on the post, and they have this little caption, they put, be the first to comment. And who doesn't want to be the first? And you just say, you take your fingers and the first thing that pops into your head, you're there. You don't care whether, you don't sit back to say whatever, is this comment really worth it or whatever. You just go ahead and comment.
And another thing is, mature minds respect individual differences.
You agree to disagree.
Yeah, you agree to disagree. Now, it's not because you are in a position to take a decision that means you're right. No. Like, everybody has their opinion. And because what you're seeing is right doesn't mean what I'm seeing is wrong. It's just a matter of time. There are some things that you can be seeing them right now and later it's wrong. So you should like to accept everybody's opinion.
Okay.
Because when ideas come from so many directions, you see things in sights. Maybe you can be seeing a box that this box is square. Somebody comes and tells you that if you turn this box this way, it's going to be a rectangle.
Okay.
Now, because you think it's a square, you want to pass it through a door that has a square. And you see that box is not going through. And you think that this box is a square box. Now, what's happening?
Yeah.
But whereas if you'd have turned it in the direction that person was telling you, you would have went away a very long time ago.
Yeah. It's always good to welcome all opinions.
Yes, you always good to
and trying to blend them.
Good. And there's something you sleep better than go out for Friday nights. Do you know that mature people are happy when they are spending time alone? There's that sleep. If you're mature, any mature person doesn't see the need for like parties, like excessive drinking. You just go out for nothing. I know people who go out for nothing. They call them wash tonton.
Girls, seriously, girls who go for nothing.
Mature people don't go out for nothing. You know, every time in your life counts. Like, I'm doing this from this time to this time. I'm doing this from this time. Friday, what are you doing? Let's hang out. No, I have something I'm doing.
But you know,
can be resting.
And on that point, I also like to state that you know, it also deals with, we look at personalities, right? It doesn't mean that people who, because I think people who are more introverted, they love to stay home. So it doesn't mean that they are mature. All introverts are mature people.
No. Yeah. Not all, but
yeah. So people who are extroverted, yeah, you know, but just like you said, like it should not be like exaggerated. Don't go out and have drinks and go to nightclubs and party for excessive. Some people just like to go out, you know, and sit there, just have some fresh air, hit them.
You know, there's a difference between relaxing and doing extravagant stuff. Like,
yeah, so we should
if you go
try to
out
make
with
that
friends, you know,
difference.
I've seen places where people sit and they're drinking and business ideas comes up.
Yeah,
you sit and you're drinking, and maybe we can just be looking at this TV and somebody says, what if we do something like this TV and something, you know, you are relaxing. That's what mature minds do. But you sit in a drinking spot, you talk about Peter, James, Paul, Suzanne, the market, the farm. You're not mature. What are you doing with other people? Mature people, right? They focus on what they want to do to help people, not what people are doing.
Yeah, and eventually they help themselves.
Yes, they help themselves. Because most of the times when you see a gathering of 5 people sitting, I'm telling you, just move around Kumba. Meet a gathering of 5 people. Like they just sit in bars, they're just discussing. I tell you, if you meet 20 sets, just like 2 will be discussing something that can help in themselves to go forward. The rest of them, especially women, will be talking about this person with this person, that person with that person, this happened this way. It doesn't help you in any way.
And but what do guys talk about?
Oh, I tell you, guys talk about women. Oh my
thank
God.
you.
Guys, do you know why? Because I've practically stayed with guys all my life in my compound. Like, I've been going with my elder brothers. I tell you, if you go into guys' conversation, you will say, oh God, I hope I don't hear it, because guys, oh no, please, women just talk. And another thing is, if you're mature, your happiness does not depend on anybody. It depends on yourself. People don't make you happy. Like when I see
happiness is a choice.
Yes, you know, everything in this life is choice. Everything in this life is choice. You choose to be happy and you choose to be sad. So it's not like you need external influence. If you have to be happy, then make yourself happy. Make yourself happy, because nobody lives the life of another person. I cannot live my life for you. You can't live your life for me. So why should I just be killing myself on what people are doing? You won't change somebody because you're crying. If I decide to cry an ocean now, if you tell me that what you're doing will not change, you will not change. So your happiness does not depend on any person. It depends on yourself. Make yourself happy and move forward.
All right, that's good.
And you become more open-minded. Are you open-minded?
I'm very open-minded. Very, very.
Yeah.
Very.
You know, that's something that people open-minded. No. Oh, please. Most people are not open-minded.
You know, that's something that I have really been so conscious about. You know, I deliberately, when I hear some crazy ideas, I deliberately tell myself, yeah, listen to it and be open about it. So you have to be conscious. A lot of people are rigid because they don't really think about, they're not conscious. You know, it's very important that you are conscious, because those are things that you do consciously, to be open-minded. When you're listening to somebody speak or listening to a new idea, you're always like, this idea is crazy in your head, but then you are conscious that you have to listen to other, or be open to other ideas and be open to other people, other ideas within the society. So it's very important.
So are you open to the LGBT plus? LGBT plus, are you open to them?
Yeah, of course. Even if I'm not open to them, right? I'm not one of them. I'm not castigating them, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just there listening to them. I'm not going to be part of them, you know. So
but you don't have any grievance against them because that's their decision.
I mean, that's their problem, right? that they should deal with it. That's their problem, you know.
Okay.
So I just have to listen to them. If you tell me that's it, you know, that's it, I say, oh, well, that's it. So because at the end of the day, we keep arguing from now to yesterday. It's not going to change what you are, what you want to do.
Yeah,
right?
And
yeah. So
and you know, mature minds don't force love and always accept heartaches.
Yeah.
Mature minds don't force love. Like, if it's not going, you see, it's better to be alone and be happy than to be with people and you're not happy. Yeah. If a relationship your partner says is not working, there's no need you crying. It won't solve anything. If you're mature, you will say, okay, this thing is not working. What did I do? Maybe the fault is mine, and you try to revise your domestic policies and you say, okay, life continues, and you accept heartaches. My dear, they say bad things always happen to good people.
The fault is not yours. It's their own. It is not yours.
You see, people.
So why should you even say the fault is yours? It's not yours.
You see, people force love. The worst thing to do is to force yourself in a relationship.
It doesn't even work.
It's like
you're giving yourself stress.
It's like they say you are in a relationship with yourself. The worst thing is to be in a relationship with yourself. Like you're alone there. Hello. No. It's not moving. So those are some of the things that maturity entails. Those are the criteria that we should try and put. If you say you're mature, you can't portray all at once, but we should portray some. And the most important thing for me is you should accept your responsibility. For me, if you say you're mature and you can't accept your responsibility, please go back to kindergarten. You're not serious.
Okay.
Yeah, because you should. That is the first sign of maturity and being responsible. That is the first sign that taking responsibility not just for an action done, but an action that you have to do.
Okay.
Yeah, like this is what I want to do. I'm going to it. That's being mature.
All right. Oh, thank you so much, Ellie. That was truly nice today. We laughed and cried. And learned
about money.
And we have learned as well. And hopefully, I think all what you said revolves around emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Because when you know how to handle situations wisely, without being very emotional about them, you know. That's maturity.
That's it. You know, especially for women.
Objectivity.
You're being objective.
Yeah.
You're being rational.
Thank you so much. Hopefully tomorrow we have something also. But you should be thinking about things like women issues as well. This thing of women. I don't really understand this thing of women asking for money very well.
What did you understand? No,
and all that. So
we'll talk
more about it.
We'll talk about. You know, I have so much on my hands.
Okay.
That when I want to release, I hope I don't get stoned on the way.
In your head as well.
Yeah, I have so much. I have so much that when I want to talk, it's for the betterment of everybody. You know, there are some things that people do and they don't know that what they are doing is wrong.
Yeah,
until you bring them to the consciousness that this thing you're doing, I don't think is right.
All right, Ellie, thank you so much. As always, you are wrapping up today's edition of the program, and it's been an exciting time sitting and chatting with you in the program. All right, and that's a wrap for today's edition of the program. We want to sincerely thank all our guests for making it here this morning on this program. We've had a blast chatting with you. Many thanks to our able technician, Nembo Rodrigue, aka The Dawn. He's truly the Dawn. And thank you, our producer of the program, Eso Julius Fosong, to all our cameramen and all the studio assistants. Thank you so much. Thanks also to all our viewers all over the world. We are so excited that you keep supporting us and sending us all your contributions and comments. To those in Dubai, in England, in Ireland, Canada, Denmark, Nigeria, Swaziland, South Korea, Germany, Japan, USA, and Equatorial Guinea. Those in Bamenda, in Boya, in Douala, in Yaoundé who follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Christy Ejang. Do well to send your comments on info@kcbstv.net. Thank you for watching today's edition of the program. Join us again for another edition. Until then, good morning, K-Town.
Quand tu donnes avec le cœur, on dit que tu es mou. Quand tu donnes avec le dolo, on veut te tuer, laisse tomber. Aïe aïe aïe, laisse tomber. Aïe aïe aïe. Matin, midi, soir, je suis là pour réparer, je suis là pour déposer. Mais ils ont trop cassé. Before midi, soir, Nami a dit décaler, Anami a dit découper. Before you